creating boundaries. It's creating a way of, if you are offended by a 4-year-old not wanting to give you a kiss, then you need to take care of yourself around that. My 4-year-old is in charge of her own body. She can decide. And that's really important information to give any gender. It's important information to give boys and girls and any gender in between, because boys need to know that they get to be in charge of their bodies so that when they are of age and growing up, they understand consent and they understand that everybody is in charge of their own body and they don't have the right to make somebody else hug or kiss them if they don't want it. Right? So, and I even start earlier. Babies, if a baby is being held by somebody and they're pushing away and reaching towards mom, you don't make grandma hold them closer. You give it back to mom. Baby is saying very clearly what they want with their body. It's their body. They get to say. I teach parents of new babies that when you're about to change their diaper, you tell them what's about to happen and why before you do it. I'm about to change your diaper. This is a safety and a health thing, so I have to do it. So I'm letting you know that I have to do this safety and health thing, and you don't have a choice, but I'm letting you know. Right? It's just respectful. And help teach kids about bad touch and good touch and secret touch. And it's important that it's secret, not just bad and good touch, because some parents will teach you about bad touch and good touch, but some touch that's bad doesn't feel bad. And so that can get really confusing to a kid, right? If you're 4 and Uncle John touches you in a place that's really confusing and maybe not okay, but it feels kind of good, is that bad? But if Uncle John says, don't tell anybody, it's a secret, then oh, this is secret touch. And mommy said, secret touches, I have to tell secret touches. There's no such, secret touch is always bad.
That's
right?
A good,
secret touch is always something I have to tell about.
That's a good delineation.
Yeah. So bad touch is like pinching or pushing or kicking or something that somebody does to your body that you don't want. Hugging or kissing when you've already said no. Good touch is hugging and kissing that you want, that you've said okay to, that you accept. And secret touch is when it's usually somebody older than you and doing something with your body that is not okay or that they say is secret. And it may feel confusing, it may feel good, it may feel bad, but if they don't want anybody else to know and if nobody else is around, then it's secret. And secret, you need to tell.
So out of the multiple ahas you've given me this hour, the last one that I'm just having, and I don't know if this, it might resonate with some people, but as a kid, I started to not like when we were together at the house with other family members and it was time to go home. I just head for the door, but then I was made to turn back around and go hug and kiss everyone goodbye. And so this is crazy. I think I'm going to have to do some massive journaling about this one, but this dragged into my adulthood when I would be at parties with my ex-husband or friends. And when it was time to go home, I would be heading for the door without saying goodbye to anyone. And whoever was with me was like, well, aren't you going to say goodbye to your friends? And I was like, no, I'm out the door. And, and I never really knew until this very moment why I was doing that. But I think this is a piece of it. Because it was the only way that I could finally control, that moment in time. And so as a kid, the goodbyes, oh my God, I dreaded them for this very reason. This is a topic we could probably have an entire other show about. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So since we need to wrap up, I want to say thank you for opening up that conversation, and that specific piece of this conversation I think is really important, and it is a hot good topic right now, because the more we're talking about it, the more parents are realizing, the more they can educate, the more they can be conscious parents. It's all really, really important. So I thank you for that.
My pleasure.
So, Dylan, so you guys find Dylan at Dylan Ann with 2 N's, Spradlin.com, and her Facebook page called Transform Childhood. Thank you so much for being here, Dylan, and for that awesome conversation. These are definitely words that are going to change the world. So go find Dylan. You guys read about her programs. Her blog is under her services tab. So go read some of those awesome blogs that she has about all these different topics. They are really, really good. So a lot of you guys know that I'm a poet, and I like to end my shows by reading you one. So settle in with me, relax, take a breath, and feel this poem today. This is called If That Woman Speaks. A girl who's put into a small box, told to behave, follow the rules, color inside the lines, be perfect, keep quiet, and do what she's told, grows into a woman whose soul slowly suffocates and dies. If that woman starts a journey back to herself, gets over the fear, questions the doubt and shame, steps into her power, makes her own rules, and starts to live fiercely alive, that woman grows into a goddess who will change the world. If that goddess creates an empire, builds a revolution, speaking their voice, sharing their pain, teaching their wisdom, creating waves, offering their light, and igniting fires in other women, that woman grows into a sage who will leave a legacy. If that sage sits down by the fire with her daughter, holds her hand, tells her story, releases her tears, conquers her fear, writes her poem of love in her baby's bones, and sends her off with the knowing, that woman sows seeds of heaven on earth for generations to come. I picked that one this morning for you, Miss Dylan. And I thought, what a perfect match for what we were talking about today. So to all my brave healers out there, are you ready to start sharing your messages with the world in a bigger way? Please come take advantage of grabbing a 30-minute free call with me. You're going to find that on the top of bravehealer.com. And I've got a free group on Facebook, the Brave Healers Mastermind and Refuge. Come play in there with all of us brave healers. And mark your calendars on our next Brave Healing conversation. We're going to have, that's Wednesday, September 26th at noon Eastern Time. We're going to have Christy Chandler. She's the founder of Arts Evolution. And that is going to be a totally cool, powerful conversation. But until then, remember, you were born, so you're worthy. Your message matters. What if the very pain you're afraid to share is the exact thing that will change someone's life for the better? It's time to be brave.
Radio.